So, you have finished Avowed or is just starting and want fun and cool ideas to play the game with a challenge. Maybe you have already played a few challenges, but want to play more and need inspiration. Here's 13 challenges plus one extra difficult one to give the gameplay a more special and unique way to play it. Only heal with food and armor. This is just as it sounds. You're not allowed to heal nor use mana recovery flasks. The only thing you can use are food/water and different armor types. With a challenge like this, you learn to appreciate the value of mana and HP and also understand a bit more about the game mechanics. There are so many food recipes and items you can use to recover mana and HP other than the flasks. So this will also open up your mind for other ways to heal. No weapons, no damage magic, no throwables, only fists. This is for people who thinks the game is too easy or want a huge challenge. You are not allowed to use any form of damage other than with your hands, so spells and other magic types that doesn't damage the opponents is allowed. This challenge helps you out with getting good at dodging attacks and will at the same time drive you crazy from the long battles. You can choose for yourself if you want help from companions or not. Something I forgot to mention is that all of these should be played at max difficulty, but you can choose the difficulty to the one you desire. Number 11. Only melee weapons or only magic. This is a 2-in-1 challenge, since this particular challenge is often talked about in many games. But for this, you can only use either melees or magic. We also have the bow, so I will throw in range weapons only as well. When you play with only specific weapons allowed, you have to adapt to a new playstyle that might be new for you. It helps with understanding different weapons and playstyles. Throwables exclusive. Throwables exclusive is honestly a grey zone for me, since I'm not quite sure if it is even possible. But that makes the challenge appealing for different reasons. Since this is something that might be impossible, it can be fun to try. For this you use grenades and other throwables for the fighting, and no weapons and no magic is allowed. You can buy grenades and even craft them at the campfire in the shelter, so this challenge might be possible. So it had to be there. Starting gear only. It's simple and still difficult and fun. You can only use the gear you get on the tutorial phase of the game. This is until you get to the docks. You get many different weapons in the tutorial. It is allowed to upgrade the weapons and armor, but you cannot buy or find new weapons, armor or gadgets. However, you are allowed to pick up weapons around the world and sell them or dismantle them. And you are also allowed to use craftables and other plants and healing, but only the spells and gear you get in the starting area. Killing all the bosses is necessarily the first thing people think about when thinking challenges. And the thing with Avowed is that you don't have to kill all the bosses to complete the story. So to experience all the bosses in the game can be a great experience and can feel like an achievement when completed. When all bosses have been defeated, it can give a feeling of enjoyment because that means you have completed the game. No teleportation. Teleporting is a normal and necessary mechanic in open world RPGs. It makes it so you don't need to walk the same path too many times. But when you tell yourself that you are not allowed to teleport, it will make every area much more appealing to explore. Since it's not that fun to be close to the ending of the game, but you want an item and it is only in the starting area. Not leveling up or upgrading things. This one is hard. Enemies get stronger and take less damage the closer you are towards the end. And by not leveling up or upgrading things, you won't have the opportunity to deal a lot of damage like you would have if you could have upgraded. When you don't level up, it makes it so getting a level isn't beneficial anymore. So the starting stats is the stats you have the entire game. By the way, if you have any suggestions on other challenges that might be fun to try and want to share it in the comments, that would be awesome. No deaths. Also very hard. It is as it sounds. If you die, even once, you start over. Luckily in Avowed you have 2 lives, so if you die once, you could run away to safety. This challenge is made for the try-hard people that want to test their game sense and skills to achieve new heights. Have you ever lifted so much in your life and it gets hard to walk? Well, this is like that. You have to as quick as possible get overweight and then stay overweight the entire game. When you weigh that much in the game, the character walks slower and teleportation isn't possible. This makes it a no teleportation run, but worse, since you also walk slower. If you want to go insane by the amount of time it will take from one location to another, this challenge is for you. There is a challenge that is worse than no death runs. No hit runs. It is the same as no death, but instead of having the rules set to if you die, it is if you get hit by literally anything. Fall damage is allowed, but any opponent inflicted damage is not allowed. If you get hit, restart the game. This challenge makes it so ranged combat is easier, while melee is harder. No healing or mana recovery with flasks or food. Earlier we talked about no healing or mana recovery with flasks. Well, this is the same, but you cannot use consumables as well. Here, game knowledge, patience and skill is needed. You need to find items to heal yourself, for example a ring that heals you when you are wet. A no hit and no death run is worse, but still this is one of the harder ones. And for the final one, we have only craftables plus buyables. So you can craft and buy a lot of items, but in this challenge you are forbidden to pick up items in the wild. You can pick up things so you can sell them, of course. If you want a weapon, buy one. If you want to upgrade it, buy upgrade materials and then upgrade. If you want healing, make it or buy it. It is not allowed to pick up flasks or anything else and then use it later on. For the tutorial phase of the game, you are not allowed to use weapons as well, but picking them up to sell them later is allowed. This challenge is both fun and can help you to know and learn what can be bought and crafted. Extra challenge! This challenge is for the ultra tryhard. It's the 100% challenge, or 100% platinum trophy, or whatever you want to call it. If you enjoy the game and want the full experience, then 100% it. Do all achievements. If you want to go a step further, challenge yourself to pick up all pickups, kill all enemies, and do all quests as well. This is the final challenge to do in the list, and is made for those who want to get the fullest experience and do everything there is to do. If any of these challenges seems fun to do, then I encourage you to try and do it. I will personally try a few of these myself. And then, thank you all for watching this, and I hope you have a great day or night, and I wish you good luck with your challenges.